Alright, hello everybody. It is I, Musa Quadrata, back with a new game. So we finished Far Cry 4 a couple days ago. I said I was going to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare today, but I think I don't know where I got the date October 11th from, but it was incorrect. And as it turns out, instead, it's not coming out today. It's coming out on the 28th. So no shiny new game to play today. Instead, we're playing this one. But it's not like this game's old or anything. But anyway, we finished Far Cry 4 the other day to an astonishingly lukewarm finish, and now we are playing Far Cry 5. So this game is interesting. I think so. A lot of you guys might have heard me complain about Far Cry like a lot when I play the games, but like I want you to not get me wrong. I do enjoy the games. I just don't enjoy the stories. And it's a shame because I like a lot of what the stories bring up and what those stories touch upon, and I think all the themes that go on in Far Cry 2 are really cool, like when you actually get into them. But there's always like that sense of like it's not quite there, and that always bothered me a lot with these games, and I feel like nothing misses the mark harder than Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 has like the barest whiff of like a theme or like some idea that's driving its story, and really just barely touches on any of it. Shit just happens in Far Cry 5. You guys will find out. But right now we are going to be starting a new game. We're gonna just play on normal. I played on hard. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that much of a gamer. I know I say I am, and I do play a lot of games, but like when I play on hard, I just die a lot, and I don't want to play the way hard would require me to play, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to play this super tactically. I just want to run around and shoot people and throw shovels, so we're going to be playing on normal. We're going for the dude body type. Yeah, so one thing this game introduced to the Far Cry series is a customizable, creatable character. Far Cry 3 and 4, you played as fixed characters. Far Cry 3, you're playing as Jason Brody. Far Cry 4, you're playing as Ajay Ghale. Far Cry 5, you're playing as the Deputy, who is a customizable, silent protagonist. They just make grunting noises when they get shot and stuff, but they don't say anything. Characters just kind of talk at them like it's Call of Duty. Yeah, we're gonna be overwriting my old save data. For some reason, this game only gives you... It's weird. Far Cry 3 had, like, save files, but Far Cry 4, 5 do not. This is our main bad guy, Joseph Seed.
Montana. Big sky country.
So Far Cry 5 takes place in America, Montana more specifically, so naturally a very big, kind of sparsely populated state with a lot of, a deep religious, like, population.
Maybe that's what blinded us to how ugly the people were getting.
These are all important characters, by the way, the ones talking at the camera.
They were different.
Except they're only relevant for one of the regions, which is a little weird.
It was a goddamn cult.
Collapse is upon us, my children.
They started buying up every farm for miles. Then the radio station. Not long after that, they even had the fucking cops.
Their own sovereign religious state. Built right here. Under our noses.
Ain't no one coming to help us. The government can't do shit. We're on our own.
We save those lost souls, whether they want to be saved or not.
People don't want to believe groups like this exist.
People are scared, man.
Some will wish to harm us. Some will wish to destroy all that we have built here together. Some will betray us.
We don't know what he's capable of. Who? Their leader.
Joseph Seed.
They call him the Father.
And those in the outside world are blind. They do not believe. They have no faith. But I will make them see.
So yeah, that's all of our background. That's all of the backstory we're going to be getting.
Wasting your time. There's no signal out here.
Yeah, we're basically, Montana has been, essentially, or at least this Hope County in Montana has been partially taken over by a cult called, Project at Eden's Gate, PEG. People call them Peggies,
Much longer. Just
because,
long
you know,
enough before you
PEG.
change your mind.
And
So we can turn
we're going to be flying in via helicopter, and if any of you have played a shooter before, you know that this helicopter is not going to have a very long life, because it's in a cutscene.
He's not a man to be fucked with. We've had run-ins with him before. They haven't always gone our way.
And basically, that's just kind of it. The cult believes that the apocalypse is coming, and that's why they're so dedicated to their own thing. They're also very militant, so they've got like a lot of equipment and weaponry. And Joseph Seed's like a maniac that kills people. Like, do not be under any illusions. Joseph Seed fucking murders people. Like, he just did it right there in the introduction.
We're approaching the compound, Nancy. Over.
Roger, Sheriff. You still planning to go through with this? Over.
We are. Unfortunately, still trying to talk some sense in our friend, the Marshal. Over.
All right. Lucky I'm not there. Get into any trouble, you just let me know. Over.
10-4, over and out.
Maybe we should have brought Nancy along with us instead of the Proby. These Peggies wouldn't fuck with her.
Pratt.
Why do you keep calling them Peggies? Project at Eden's Gate, PEG. Peggies is what the locals
Yep.
call them. You know, they started off harmless enough a few years back, but now they are armed to the teeth. You know, they're looking for a fight. Are you scared, Sheriff?
We're here. Compound's just below.
Yep, there they are. That's their little enclave.
Oh my Jesus.
This is a bad idea.
This is a bad idea.
Marshal,
We should bring the National Guard or some shit.
we're going in. Set her down.
By the way, a couple things are gonna come up in this game that are political in nature. So if you're watching this, that's kind of that you kind of want that not in your entertainment. Just heads up. It's kind of, I feel like it's unavoidable because I do want to talk about this game, and like
Everyone, call the goddamn.
a lot of what it tries to pull from was a very real point in in recent American history, and it's still kind of ongoing. So it's like some of the stuff that I think the game tries to touch on is like very relevant to now. So like if you want to just avoid anything like discussing modern America, like discussing like kind of, I guess, political tensions or like the state that America's in like right now, or at least the state America was in back in like 2018 or whenever this game came out. Just keep in mind that like that's going to come up. So if you don't want to hear any of that, just maybe don't watch this this playthrough, or at least don't watch or at least skip over the parts where I'm talking about story, I guess.
Go about your business. This doesn't concern you.
Sheriff, I don't like this.
Everything's fine outside.
One thing that's really funny about the cult is that they're extremely multi-ethnic, and I think Montana is like at least 80 to 90% white people.
Not every problem can be solved.
You know, rural America, that's how it goes. I don't doubt that there's at least a few people of like differing races over in Montana, but like I don't think they're like you'll notice that the cult is like overwhelmingly like egalitarian. Like they've got like men, women, black people, Asian people all over the place, and they're all just as gnarly looking as each other.
Oh, Marshal. When we do this, we do it my way. Quietly. Calmly. You got it? Fine. Hudson on the door. Watch our backs. Don't let any of these people get in. Rookie, on me. And you, just try not to do anything stupid.
Relax, Sheriff. You're about to get your name in the paper. You'll be fine.
Will I? Will I be fine?
Something is coming.
We're outgunned like 20 to 1 here.
You can feel it, can you? We are creeping toward the edge. And there will be a reckoning. That is why we started the project. Because we know what happens next. They will come. They will try to take from us. Take our guns. Take our freedom. Take our faith. We will not let them.
Sheriff, come on.
Hold on,
We will not let their greed, or their immorality, or their depravity hurt us anymore.
Sheriff.
There will be no more suffering.
Fuck this. Joseph C. I have a warrant issued for your arrest on the suspicion of kidnapping with the intent to harm. Now, I want you to step forward and keep your hands where I can see them.
There's a video of him poking through a dude's eyeballs with his thumbs, and that's kidnapping with suspicion to harm. But a suspicion of kidnapping with threat to harm.
They've come to take me away from you. They've come to destroy.
You see these guys? Look how fucking gross looking they are.
We knew this moment would come. We've prepared for it. Go. Go. God will not let them take me. I saw when the Lamb opened the first seal, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts say, "Come and see."
Step forward.
And I saw. And behold, it was a white horse. And hell followed with him.
Oh, the audio's out of sync. That's cool.
Rookie, cuff this son of a bitch.
You guys might remember that in Far Cry 4, we had basically like a fake ending. I call it a fake ending. It's a you could just sit here and wait. So you know, you paid $60 for a game. You can sit here and wait and then not do anything. And we will get an ending at some point.
Put down your gun.
But like,
take your friend.
yeah, this is a thing that they bring up a couple times in this game about walking away. In Far Cry 4, what walking away was is that you're just like, you're kind of sticking true to what you wanted to do. You were like, I have my mom's ashes. I'm landing in the country. I'm going to do the most expedient route to get my mom's ashes to her resting place. And then you find out it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna be like crowned like heir king to the whole like country, because like it's owed to you, and like Pagan Min doesn't really want to fight you as an individual. So it's actually the more peaceful route to just kind of like settle down, not fight, and then like parlay with Pagan Min instead. Here, walking away means you're not doing your job as a cop, and you're looking at this cult, this fucking armed militant cult with all of their guns and their trucks that are like sitting here, that are like taking over the entire county, like taking over places where people are like living and working, and then you're just going, yeah, you know, I'm a little scared, so I'm just not gonna do anything. We're just gonna let them do what they want, because like I don't want to do anything about it. And then they're like, oh yeah, sometimes it's better to leave well enough alone. Did that look like... Did what we saw in the beginning, the video where he poked a guy's eyeballs out, is that something a police officer should ignore? I don't think so.
What the fuck are you doing? Sheriff, get
But no, this is our first ending.
You put those cuffs on him. None of us get out of here alive.
I will have you all arrested.
So be it.
Yeah, and that's ending 1. So we're just gonna skip this. That's our little fake ending. Like I said, played a video game. Does continuing like put us where we were before? I hope so. What does happen when you click continue? Because if this continues from like last time I played the game. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
When we do this, we do it my way. Quietly.
Alright, nice.
Calmly. You got it?
So this time we're actually gonna do our fucking job and try to arrest him. I know it's not like smart to like walk in the middle of like this whole thing and then try to arrest Joseph Seed, but like they don't even say it's like, oh yeah, we'll come back with something, or we'll come back with a National Guard, or like what is the true ending? I don't think there's like, I think the true ending is like the resist ending. When you get to the end of the game, if you don't mind spoilers for this game, basically in the resist ending, I think a nuke drops and like hits like the whole county. And that, I consider that to be the true ending of the game because they made a whole ass other game called Far Cry New Dawn that takes place in post-apocalyptic Montana. So I take that as an indication that that's the ending that they liked the most and wanted to roll with.
They will come. They will try to take from us, take our guns.
I don't like that ending, but honestly, I don't like any of the endings to this game, so it is what it is.
We will not let them.
Sheriff, come on.
We will not let their greed, or their immorality, or their depravity hurt us anymore.
Sheriff.
There will be no more suffering.
Fuck this. Joseph C. I have a warrant issued for your arrest on the suspicion of kidnapping with the intent to harm. Now, I want you to step forward and keep your hands where I can see them.
There they are. The locusts in our garden. See, they've come for me. They've come to take me away from you. They've come to destroy all that we've built.
So there were a lot of articles about Far Cry 5 where I think they were complaining about how it didn't go politically, or like what was it? They complained that the cult wasn't really like a cult because when you think like what defines cults in especially in America is that they're kind of like these surreptitious, like economically like powerful little group like groups of people who like wouldn't look like a cult from like externally. It's not like this. It's like an enclave that's cut off from the rest of society where like a bunch of religious people gather and talk about like nonsense, and then like try to roll people into their fold very slowly and gradually and do like a multi-marketing scheme to try to get other people rolled into whatever their business is. And then they like kind of sort of like gather power and whatever. I think these guys are more based off of that one cult in like the mountains where there's like in Waco somewhere, like that siege where like a bunch of like I think FBI agents and maybe some National Guard had like a shootout with a bunch of people who were like just in their own little enclave out in the wilderness.
Sometimes the best thing to do is to walk away.
Yeah, one thing Ubisoft really wants you to keep in mind is that sometimes the best thing to do is to walk away, which I don't think they did a very good job of representing, but whatever. I think what they wanted to do with the cult in this game is that they wanted like the sort of isolationist, like wilderness sort of form of a cult, but they wanted to also combine them with like I guess like a libertarian militia, and then they ended up with like what they've got here, like a large group of very wild-looking people out in the woods that like really like their freedom and their guns and their faith, and are really upset with the world and kind of create, I guess create political instability inside of their own county by essentially doing this, by like destabilizing, or by like trying to take over and establish their own power within like a state, and then do their own thing, but based off of their own beliefs. And when America comes a knocking as like police officers, like, you know, police officers or the army or the National Guard or whatever, they fight back. So I think that's what they were going for, but it's kind of hard to tell because I don't think you learn a lot about the cult, or you don't get a lot of context. So it's not, you kind of have to infer based off of what you see. Anyway, yeah, so they're all over the helicopter. I'll give Far Cry 5 credit. They did something unique with the helicopter kill in this game compared to other games. Usually it's like an RPG that comes out of nowhere, but this time it's a dude just hopping into the rotors that causes the helicopter to crash, which I think is I think that's a neat idea. I think that works really well for establishing, hey, these guys are crazy. But yeah, you know, you fly a helicopter in the introduction to a game. Like, is that helicopter gonna live? No, no, it fucking isn't. Yeah, one of the reasons why people were complaining, people in like games journalists writing articles and such were complaining about this game not really dedicating itself to talking about America, is that like Eden's Gate is explicitly like not really a Catholic like religious denomination or like cult, but they have all the trappings of one. They sing hymns, they sing Amazing Grace, they like their symbol is a cross, except it's not like a true like cross, not like the cross that Jesus was nailed to, but it's more like a German iron cross instead.
I told you that God wouldn't let you take me.
Please, I need to know what's going on.
Dispatch? Everything is just fine here. No need to call anyone.
Yes, Father.
Yeah, so this is a cool little moment where they establish that the cult kind of has their tendrils out further than you'd expect them to.
No one is coming to save you.
I also like to take note of everything that Joseph says and does, just because it's like, you know, no one is coming to save you. Because one thing that really is one thing I saw a lot of people talking about was how it's like, oh yeah, Joseph Seed was right, or like Joseph Seed's a good guy, he's the good guy, and then like no, in the end he's still kind of he's still a you or me kind of dickhead. Like, that's not a man who believes in like unequivocal mercy and faith for his fellow man. That's a guy that abides by torture and murder whenever he sees people as against him. Yeah, does that sound like a good guy to you? I don't think so. Oh no, she's gone. Yeah, we should go. I'd rather not toast like this. I don't think it'd be very delicious. He's a good guy, I'm telling you. He just kidnapped a woman. To do God knows what. Enter. Alright, out we go. Where'd my gun go? They gave me a gun, right? I'm running. Look, I got my fisties up. All right. Father protects us. Who protects you? America. All right. This looks like a perfectly secure shack. I appreciate it. So yeah, we've already lost the guys that were chasing us before. Can I do a takedown? Hell yeah. Oh, that was a good crack. Okay. Also, there's no animation for looting in this game, which I actually like quite a bit. Oh yeah, the Fifth Amendment protects me. Hell yeah. Grants me resistance to bullets. No, but the one thing that's funny about this game is that it's Q? E? There it is, it's C, that's right. I knew there was like a weapon wheel thing. So, one thing that's funny about this game is that it, where am I supposed to go? M? No. Okay. One thing about this game that differentiates it from like Far Cry 3 and 4 is that in Far Cry 3 and 4, your main melee weapon was like a machete, or I guess in 4 it's a kukri, but in this game, it's they're all blunt weapons. So the takedowns look a little different.
Hello? Anyone hearing me?
Is there a weapon up here?
Hello? It's Ferg. Hello?
I never explored much. Okay.
I see a trailer nearby. It's next to a long bridge. I'm gonna try and get inside.
See, which one's? Oh, 4. They put my handgun in 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3. They don't do anything, so I have to go to 4. Oh yeah, one thing that's really funny about this game's melee weapons is that you can throw them. Watch, check this out. I love it. I love it so fucking much. I can't wait till we get our hands on a fucking shovel. Oh, nice. Bullets. Just swallow those 3 crates of ammunition, shove them all up my ass. There is 48 handgun bullets in those 3 crates, believe it or not. That's it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Not the shovel.
Sorry. I thought they got you. Come on. Come on.
You got blood all over you, Marshall. I probably have blood all over me too. Check the room. There's nothing. Man, these people really like Joseph. They got pictures of him all over the place, like he's their favorite boy band.
Oh, Jesus. I had no idea.
Bro, we tried to tell you.
Fuck. We're putting this whole family away.
Yeah, so the whole Seed family, all 4 of them, are basically like the main bosses of the game. So you got Joseph Seed in the middle, that's John on the top left, and then there's Jacob and Faith. John's like their, John's I guess like their face, so he talks about how cool the cult is, and also about how cool the cult is, and how like he'll get you to admit to your sins and then purify you. That's kind of his whole deal. Jacob's like their militant arm. He's all about like purging the sinners and punishing heresy, I guess. Faith is like the dippy, manipulative, drug-centric. By the way, there's drugs in this game. I don't know why you'd expect otherwise. The drug part of the... My gun was invisible for a second there. But, yeah, she's, that's her whole deal. Faith's whole section is hilarious. And you'll see when we get to it. Why are you leaving the house? Oh. Double tap. You got a truck, hell yeah.
Yes! Get in, Rook! Up ahead! Watch it! Take him out! Hold on! You okay?
I gotta say, I like the 1911 a lot.
I'd be dead if it weren't for you. We gotta get back.
We're taking those 2 out too? Get out of here. Out of the road! Out of the road!
Fucking Nancy. Oh no. Oh no. They got the roads blocked. Hold on! Behind us!
Oh, nice. I headshot that guy. You see that? I know how to play this game. Come on. There we go. Yeah, when I played this game on hard, I actually died a couple times during the sequence because you just kind of take shots, and it's a little hard to kill all these people with a pistol. You got dynamite? Hang on.
Hurry! Take him out! Yeah! That's it! Light him up! Blow him to hell!
Might die anyway. The dynamite's a little hard to aim. What state is it based in? Montana. I'm out of dynamite. Alright, we're fucked, buddy.
Is that a fucking plane? Don't you tell me they have fucking air support.
Yeah, they've got planes in this game too, by the way. That's another thing that they added. At least I got this man hyping me up while I play. It's helping me with my aim. Oh! Thanks for the assist, buddy. Cows! Oh, how's it? Oh, no, there they go. You know, I've never been to Montana, but I imagine it's one of those, you know, God, guns, and family types of states. They got a technical. Did we make it? Did we make it? I don't think we're making it. I don't think this is well, they're gonna have a harder time shooting us at us if we're underwater, you know? Yeah. We'll be fine. This is okay. How many games have I played where you get dumped in a fucking river? Far Cry 3 had that too, didn't it? Yeah, so that's your indication. So all of the law enforcement officers you went with are basically all kidnapped. You instead get to be grabbed by this grungy old man who is here to help you out.
We must give thanks to God. The day I have prophesied to you has arrived. Everything I told you has come true. The authorities who tried to take me from you are now in the loving embrace of my family. Save for one.
I wonder how well armed Montana is. Like, I imagine there's plenty of, like, guns out there. I've been zip-tied to a bedpost. Yeah, this is good. Man, I'm doing great today.
You know what that shit means? It means the roads have all been closed. It means the phone line's been cut. It means there's no signals getting in and out of this valley. But mostly it means we're all fucked.
As you can tell from the patch on the jacket, this guy's name is Dutch.
They all think the world's coming to an end now. They've been waiting for it. For years. Waiting for somebody to come along and fulfill their prophecy and kick off their goddamn holy war. Well, you sure as shit kicked. Smartest thing for me to do would just be to hand you over.
Yeah, probably. Ah, he's gonna kill me. Ah, we're good.
Get out of that uniform. We need to burn it. There's some fresh clothes there. When you get changed, you come and see me. We'll see if we can unfuck this situation.
All right. Yeah, so Dutch is kind of like your mission control for the whole game. He gets you on your feet and then kind of talks to you. What race are we gonna be? I guess we'll be, I don't know. I don't think, we're gonna play this guy because he's got the most stubble out of everyone here. That's my decision point. We'll make him a little tan because he's been out in the sun. Hair, I don't particularly care. I guess I'm not really a fade guy, so I guess we'll go with that. Oh, actually. Oh, hell yeah. Should we go for the mullet? This looks awful. Let's do it. Alright, upper body. I think we want to be a cowboy. We don't really have options for that right now, but I will wear the trucker hat. Hand wear, I need to have gloves. I absolutely must have gloves. There we go. Lower body. Yeah, there we go. This guy looks like he repairs, he like works on trucks. He looks like a truck mechanic. Like drives around with like a pickup truck that's got a bunch of just random car parts and tools in it. Business in front and all party in the back. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm feeling it. That's our hero. That's the hero America needs and deserves. I'll just randomly walk around and take all of Dutch's stuff, I guess. Bunch of little notes. Hope County Chronicle letter. Dear Mr. Roosevelt, I'd like to interview about your recent altercation with government officials over your right to collect rainwater. My understanding is that you had applied for a permit, but it was overturned, leading to your nights in jail and ongoing court case. I'd like to inform your official statements to the courts that water is a God-given right, and the government is stealing our resources right out from under us. It's up to us to defend our And also, did you really tell the judge? Yeah, you bet your lily white ass I'm in contempt of you. Please let me know if you'll go on the record. Jeb Boyd, Cope County Chronicle. Yeah, so Dutch is a prepper. You can tell from the concrete, the very nice concrete bunker that he's built down here, and he wants to collect rainwater and become self-sufficient, I guess, so that he doesn't have to rely on the government or government resources. Dad, I got your message. Good to hear they're dropping the charges. We'll try to come out for part of the summer. Ricky wants to show you how he's riding without training wheels, and he's got a lot of work at college. I know how much it means to you, so we'll try. Only, please lay off the homeschooling talk, okay? It's not right for me or Ann, and the school in South Street is one of the best. And let's get the prepping activities to a minimum. I know Ricky loves it, but it freaks Ann out. Talk soon, Robbie. Yeah, so it's kind of isolated him away from his family, which is unfortunate. Is it illegal to collect rainwater? I didn't think it was. Seems like very rational to want to collect rainwater or whatever. But yeah. No, this is it's a nice bunker. This is not the only bunker we're going to be seeing. This is kind of a thing across Hope County. Like I mentioned, there's like a whole bunch of preppers that have apparently like settled down and like tried to build like apocalypse shelters, because that's kind of a theme with this whole game. These are all the characters I was talking about earlier. So this is Joseph Seed. Leader of the project at Eden's Gate, he believes a great collapse is coming and thinks of himself as a modern-day Noah. So, you know, build it. So, like, this little county that he's built up for himself, that's the Ark, and he's going to shepherd everyone when the floods come. He thinks God speaks to him, told him to save as many souls as he can. Now he started the reaping. His followers are willing to die for him. He's had his people build 3 massive bunkers to protect themselves when his prophecy becomes true. The guy's an absolute nutshell. Okay, this is actually incorrect. He does not build bunkers. He and his followers actually what they do is that they basically have captured missile silos. They've captured silos with nuclear missiles in them. Remember, the government, like the army, doesn't do anything to deal with the project at Eden's Gate here. They have captured nuclear missile silos, and it's fine. I don't think the nuclear missiles are like in there, but the silos still seem fully functional. So they didn't build any bunkers. They just grabbed bunkers that already existed. This is Jacob Seed, the soldier, oldest brother of the Seeds, in charge of training their militia up in the Whitetail Mountains. I'm pretty sure in Montana it's illegal to walk around with ice cream in your back pocket. Why? There's gotta be a story behind that. I know there's some weird-ass laws in some of the states, but I don't know why they come up. There's gotta be some really silly reason. Like, some fucking... I feel like that's like some like litigator in the state was just like, oh yeah, so my daughter had ice cream in her back pocket, sat down on it, and she felt really bad, and she's like, oh Dad, you should make that illegal, and now I am making it illegal, and the rest were just like, okay. And then just no one ever fought it. You know, no one ever looked at that law and went like, yeah, we don't need that. I don't fucking know. How many years in jail can you get for that? Whatever. So anyway, Jacob Seed here. Only thing he believes in is sacrifice the weak. Seems to be running a few psychological experiments up north. All sorts of nightmare stories about people turning on one another at the drop of a hat. Has been linked to the creation of the monster wolves up north, the cult called judges. So Jacob Seed, I don't think they could settle down on what they wanted Jacob to be doing. So he trains the militia, runs psychological experiments. So he's doing like little He's doing like these little trials and experiments, and he also has somehow figured out how to mutate wolves into these big fucking like dire wolves with like paint on their faces called judges. So Jacob C just kind of does everything up in the mountains. He claims to be a soldier. I don't know if this was a fucked up detail or if it was deliberate, but I remember seeing a post where so Jacob C, he has a military jacket, which is supposed to imply that, you know, he used to be a soldier in the U.S. Army, and he tells stories as if he was a soldier in the U.S. Army, but his patch is on the wrong arm. Like his United States flag patch, which I think someone said is an indication that it's actually a case of stolen valor. Like he's just wearing stuff that makes him look like a soldier so that he can get people to treat him as if he served. This is Faith, the siren. Don't know how she's related. Seems like she just showed up one day. She'll spin you a sob story, but Faith is a liar and a manipulator. She'll poison your mind with bliss. Bliss is the big drug that the cult has, if you give her a chance. Anyone who goes wandering into the Henbane River winds up either dead or walking the path to become of one. That's a typo. There's a typo of those brain-dead angels doing all the cult's hard labor. So yeah, Faith mind controls people with drugs. Anybody copy? And this is John. John's going to be the first guy we go after. He's the Baptist, youngest of the Seed brothers, and maybe the most sadistic. In charge of recruiting for the cult, marking, cleansing, confession, atonement. Those are the 4 steps he puts everyone through to become a member of Eden's Gate, if they survive. John tells everyone to accept the power of yes as a way to get his followers to do whatever the fuck he wants. Grade A psychopath. Yeah, so all of this, marking, cleansing, confession, atonement, that's just torture. John tortures people.
I didn't properly introduce myself back there. Most folks call me Dutch. I've been trying to piece together what's happening up top.
By the way, I hope you guys like those cutscenes that we had, because the prologue introduction to this game is the most cutscene heavy part of it. Like, the rest is, there's like 5 or so cutscenes for like the rest of the game. Most of the time when we talk to people, it's gonna be like this. I stand in front of someone else that's standing, and they have like a couple of canned like talking animations that they cycle through. It's not a huge problem, but it's kind of funny to me. Because Far Cry 3 and 4, whenever you're doing the main stories, were a lot more cutscene heavy.
They're willing to fight back against this cult. We need to show them how. We need to build us a resistance. So the first thing we're
a resistance. That's what Far Cry's about now.
Once we got some breathing room.
It's about resisting oppression. It's not about anything else.
There's a gun and a map in the safe over there. Take them. I'll give you a call on your radio once you get your bearings.
All right.
Be careful out there. It's crawling with Peggies. Those fuckers are willing to die for that psychopath that's leading them.
Yeah, this game's a little buggy, you'll see. But we are now armed, which I'm thrilled to shovel. Okay, oh hell yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. You wanna know how you could tell that this game was intended for consoles and PC was like the last part that they worked on? They said, oh yeah, look at the weapon wheel, and in the tutorial literally shows you like a wheel, but when you hold C, it's this thing.
Now listen up. If you're gonna build a resistance, there's some things you need to know. There's 4 ways you can go about this. First, you can liberate any hostages the cult's taken. These are good people who might just fight alongside you if you help them. Second, you can destroy Eden's Gate property that's all over the place now. Hell, they built 2 goddamn shrines on this island alone. Third, you can tackle resistance missions. There are a lot of folks out there waging their own war against this cult, and they could sure use your help. And last, if you're really looking for a fight, you can take on the cult outposts that have popped up across the county. Liberating those places will give the resistance solid footholds to push back against Eden's Gate.
So this is how the main system in the game works. You can completely finish Far Cry 5 and get to the end of the game by doing like 4 missions maximum. Like basically the way it works is that rescuing civilians, destroying cult properties, completing missions, and liberating cult outposts, those all give you resistance points that fill that little gauge at the top there. We're on Dutch's Island, which is like it's like Tutorial Island essentially, where you kind of get a feel for how the game actually works. So there's only one like section, like you see the little dots up here. There's only one. That's like a section, right? There's only one of those on Dutch's Island, but it's like the bar is like segmented for each of the different regions in Far Cry 5. So in basically, if all you did was rescue civilians and destroying cult stuff and liberating outposts, you can completely fill up the resistance bar without doing any missions. I actually don't like how it's done in this game, because one thing is that like it's actually some of the missions in this game are actually like situation sensitive, so they get locked if you finish if certain things happen before you get a chance to go over and do the mission. So it's entirely it's very, very easy actually to accidentally lock yourself out of missions and stuff by just doing other things, because the game throws civilians and like extra objectives just at you all the time, and every time you do one of those, the resistance meter builds up a little bit by bit. So it actually ends up in a weird thing. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be prioritizing missions and outposts, because I want to do all the outposts because I think outposts are fun, and I want to do missions because missions are also fun and at least a little interesting. So that doesn't mean I'm like gonna. Not only does this mean I'm not gonna go out of my way to rescue civilians or destroy cult properties, I'm gonna be actively ignoring civilians and cult properties, so I don't accidentally build up the resistance gauge too far and like lose the ability to do something. But on Dutch's Island, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so we got 2 guys here. Looks like one's clearly ahead of the other one. This is a cult shrine. It's basically a big tank that... Oh! That's why I love the shovel. Thought I was gonna, like, show it up. Hang on, let me do it again. So the shovel, you could throw it like a javelin in this game. Watch this. God, I fucking love it. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, so this is a cult shrine. It's got a big like gas canister right there, and that just kind of exudes. This green stuff is the bliss. That's the cult truck. If you stand in it, yeah, your vision gets all hazy and you start seeing the little sparks. So that's your indication that you're getting affected by the bliss. And that's all you have to do because the bliss for some reason is also like highly I guess volatile, or like if you shoot it, it explodes. So it's if you see a little, the cult will put bliss in these little containers that are these little they're like these little gasoline containers that are green, and that's your indication that's filled to the brim with mega drugs. So if you shoot it, it just explodes because it's super reactive, I guess. Maybe they cut their bliss with gasoline, and then just slurp on that, you know. This is a prepper stash, which is, they're like these little, there usually isn't any combat associated with them, but they're these fun little puzzles, essentially. They're like navigation puzzles. Hey Mike, I tried to get into the underground stash, but a pipe burst and flooded everything. I have no idea what's still salvageable. We need juice to run the pump to drain the water. I know the power switch is in the boathouse, but it's locked and you didn't leave me the key, so I'll leave that to you, Garrett. Yeah, so this area is all flooded, so we need to drain it. Which means we need to go down here.
You hit pay dirt. That's the location of a prepper stash. If you can find your way inside, there's usually a bunch of useful shit that's been squirreled away. We'll go take a look.
Alright, I think that means the pump's running now that this thing's on. Yeah, so there's a bunch of prepper stashes, because apparently there's like a pretty active prepper community in Hope County, but they all left or were like captured or, I guess, murdered by the cult, so incidentally they didn't prep well enough for that. But as a result... Oh, thank you, Lazy Man, for the follow. As a result, they kind of just... There's just a lot of stashes that are all fucked up, and you kind of have to repair / like break into them in order to get access to the goodies inside. The goodies being U.S. dollars, which I don't think would actually be that useful in a post-apocalyptic situation unless you like really needed something to wipe your ass with. They'll have like little materials. There's crafting in this game, by the way. Bullets, that makes sense. More money. Not sure. There's like casing and nitro and stuff like that. That's a bow. We're gonna be using that. Well, we'll put this to good use.
If you're looking to make a bigger impression, you may want to build some dynamite. Luckily, folks around here have been stockpiling all the materials you might need. Just grab them up.
Yeah, you see on the right side, just above my head. Those are the materials you need to make something. So. We need some more fastener. Wait, hang on. I think I saw some down there that I didn't pick up. Nope, those are bullet casings. Oh, there they are. Just a whole fucking swear jar full of nuts and bolts. Yeah, there we go. So now we can make dynamite. Yeah, there we go. Dynamite in this game is actually kind of funky. It's like a low-power grenade that's really good at destroying vehicles, essentially, and it's really easy to craft. There's one of the skills you can get. This is an outpost. One of the skills you can get makes it so that you can build like it's easier to build like more powerful explosives. So it's like, oh, I used to be a cowboy that's throwing dynamite. Now I'm throwing C4. Eat that shit. We have binoculars instead of a camera, which makes sense because we are a law official instead of a tourist this time. There only 3 guys here? No, there's a 4th one. See, that's a bigger number than 3. Is it 5 to pull out your melee weapon? Yeah, okay. 4 is our pistol, 1 is the bow. That's a little awkward, but whatever.
Once the reaping is done, we might let him go.
I want to see if I can get this last guy. I love it. Weird bindings, I know. It's I can't really control it. Normally the way for I think the reason why the bindings are the way they are is because they like 1 through 3 is supposed to be like your primary big weapons, and 4 is supposed to be your dedicated sidearm. So like you need 1 dedicated sidearm because that's what you use in cars and stuff. So 1, 2, and 3 could be rifles, shotguns, rocket launchers, whatever, whereas 4 is always going to be a pistol or something, and 5 is your melee weapon.
Hey, man.
Cleaning?
I can't thank you enough.
I don't think this guy's making a lot of progress here. That looks like a flat texture. I don't think you're gonna be doing much about that. But yeah, that's an outpost. It's liberated. It's liberated, and there you usually get like a little. You'll get like a little cutscene.
Hey Lance, I'm not sure what to advise. The Seeds don't have any claim to the property. The station is built on federal land after all. But if their people are traipsing around the area and, what did you say, taking measurements and such? Anyway, those folks from Eden's Gate could potentially be charged with trespassing.
They do move in quick. You gotta be fast around here, I guess. Like It's like a new frontier, you know? You clear them out, and they're like, all right, I got to stake my claim on the land again. Just like it's the 1800s. Let's see if we can get this guy from downtown. Here. I got him in the thigh. Whatever, there's an artery in there, right? Yeah, I probably... Man, he's dead. I look at the way the cult guys run around with pistols is so goofy. Look at that. She's just got her arms completely outstretched forward and she runs around like that. You see that? That's fucking silly. Anyway, how you doing, buddy? Oh yeah, I got that guy in the soft meat. All right, up you come. So yeah, you can. So there's random people you can just grab like that, and they go in zombo mode. There's random people you can just kind of grab, and how they function as companions just works entirely based off of what weapon they have. So you can grab a resistance member with a sniper rifle or a bow or a rocket launcher, and they'll just have like really basic AI that just kind of runs around and shoots whatever. Yeah, and you can press G to like tell them to go places. The AI in this game's a little bit better than it was in Far Cry 4. In Far Cry 4, you had guns for hire, but they were literally just random like resistance dudes that were only really useful for tanking bullets for you. And I didn't use them at all when I was playing that game. I don't know, I kind of like rolling solo, but the guns for hire in this game, like they actually have specific characters that work well, that like function as like your specialists essentially, and they all actually have like unique abilities that make them kind of useful. So it's an expanded system. Look at him. He's just going. Come on, poke your head out. Let me shoot you. Let me shoot you. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I love it. Secured. I can still use a bow. Just fine.
Just a few bumps and bruises this time.
Good job clearing out the research station.
Oh yeah. You know what I said about those? You know what I said about those bliss containers? Watch this. I think it only takes like a couple shots. Maybe not. Maybe more than that. But they do explode. Yeah, those ones take a couple shots. It's a big explosion too.
Shit, kid. I'm impressed. There's more fighting you than I thought.
Of course, I'm the protagonist.
Next step is clearing up the radio signal. My CB's on the fritz. I can't get a hold of anyone off this island. The radio tower near the south shore must be busted. You think you can take care of that for me?
What's this guy have to say? Anything? Nothing. All right. There's a funny little joke this game plays when we climb this tower here. So you might remember in Far Cry 3 and in Far Cry 4, the main way you revealed the map. I'll just show you guys the map real quick. So this is Dutch's Island. This is Tutorial Island before the game lets you go to like the rest of the game. We can't zoom out all that well. Yeah, this is as far as I can go, but basically there's all three regions kind of surround this area, and those are the different regions of the game. But right now we're kind of stuck on Dutch's place until the game's nice and comfortable, letting us out into the world. Also, you might notice that there's no mini-map. Instead of a mini-map, the game's got the little compass at the top of the screen here. And that's kind of that's just kind of its indication. That's why I actually have a harder time navigating sometimes in this game as a result, because I have to navigate using my eyeballs and like what I can see from like my position, instead of relying on like an omniscient mini map to just kind of tell me where to go, which is really unfortunate. It also means enemies sneak up on me a lot more, but you know, that's just how it is. That's how it goes. It's more realistic that way, I guess. But yeah, Far Cry 5. I think I like Far Cry 4. I think it's very valid to criticize that as like it's just Far Cry 3 plus. But I think Far Cry 5 is like sufficiently different to be an actual sequel. Oh yeah, that's a tall ladder. What a thrill. No, but yeah, so we're climbing up a tower, so you might be inclined to think after doing this, like, oh yeah, is this how we're gonna? These are the towers we're gonna be climbing? And then he usually says, "Thank you, Banana Man, for the stream." Oh, you're welcome.
Also, try not to fall from up there.
Try not to fall from. Yeah, so this is that was a little joke on the writer's part, going, yeah, I know, we all know about the jokes. You played Assassin's Creed, you play Far Cry, you're like, oh, Ubisoft games are all about climbing towers, and no, we're not doing that this time. This is like, there's very few towers you're required to climb in this game, and as a result, you it's not like a central gameplay point.
Let's look at the big picture. Zoom your map out so we can see the whole county. Now, Hope County is divided into 3 regions. To the north, you got the Whitetail Mountains. It's run by Jacob Seed, oldest brother of that fucking family. Jacob's the one training the cult, and he's damn good at what he does. Eli and the Whitetail Militia have been trying to hold out, but Jacob's ready to step on their necks. Southeast of there, you got the Henbane River. That's Faith's territory. The little sister. I've heard all sorts of stories about people losing their minds in a place called the Bliss. Now, head west to the Holland Valley. John Seeds just rolled in there and has taken everything in the name of the cult. Food, supplies, and worst of all, people. Now, they're gonna have plenty more calls all over the county. I'll keep you posted on anything that'll be useful.
Alright, so here's what we're going to do. You can tackle these regions in any order. Keep in mind, this middle part, that's Joseph's region. You can't reach this place until you killed like all 3 of the Seed siblings. So this game has a very like shockingly open structure, which is great because it actually takes advantage of how the fact that it's an open world game that gives you like the freedom to go wherever. So you could tackle whatever region you want. I think the game feels the best when you just go to each region one at a time and then just kind of do all of the activities in there and then move on to the next one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to John's first for reasons you'll see in a second, and then I'm going to go to Jacob's, and then I'm going to Faith's. The reason being that like the game gives you immediate reason to go to John's region, which we'll see in a minute, but if you go from John's to Jacob's to Faith's, you basically get to see the order in which I go from, yeah, this game's pretty cool and I like what it's going on, to this game's kind of goofy and I'm not entirely sure if it's the best written, to this game's some dumb fucking bullshit and I hate this story. And then like, well, you'll see the full destruction of my opinion like as we go from region to region. But we're gonna start with John's, which is the Holland Valley. So, with that said, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, and then we'll continue with that when I get back. Okay, I'm back. Anywho, we are going to close the map real quick.
Fog should be clearing soon, which means we can get you off this island. Sit tight, shouldn't be much longer.
So we wait for the fog to clear. I think a cutscene's about to pop up. I was exaggerating about the 5 cutscene thing, by the way. Taking a weirdly long time to load. This usually doesn't happen to me. Okay. The fog doesn't look like it's cleared up that much at all, I'm gonna be honest, Dutch. Oh yeah, the CRTV.
Every one of us. You, me. Even the Father knows deeply of sin. It's a poison that clouds our minds.
This is John. My favorite thing about him is that he's got a sick-ass coat. I don't like anything else about him.
What if I told you that everything you ever dreamed could come true? What if I told you that everything could be overcome if you embraced an idea? That freedom from sin can come from the power of just one word. Yeah!
Yep, and there's Deputy Pratt.
Yes. I am a sinner. Yes.
I'm not sure why he's being so forward with this whole thing.
I must be
Though? No.
redeemed. If you're watching this, know that you have been selected. You will be cleansed. You will confess your sins, and you will be offered atonement. Don't worry. You don't have to do anything. We'll come for you.
We'll come for you.
To Eden's Gate.
Yeah, so that's John. The game kind of pushes you a little bit. I disagree because I'm a contrarian to people who have goatees and aviators. You know what? I respect that. Goatees and aviators is a sign that someone is very, very firm in whatever opinion they've got for you, and sometimes that's bad. Alright. So now the fog's actually cleared. That's a silo, by the way, up ahead. That's another thing you can blow up for resistance points that we're going to be ignoring.
And the town of Falls End to the west. Now it's your call. But if I were you, I'd start with Falls End.
Oh yeah, so here's something that's kind of neat. So you see this guy over here that's drowning this person. So this is like a little objective that you can get. Oh, this guy's tough. God damn it. Yeah, that guy was a cult VIP, which I forgot are bullet resistant, and I don't have a very strong gun. I thought I'd have my shovel up when I conked that guy out, but yeah, those guys are like basically bulletproof. You need to hit him with something like heavier. Hang on, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Clearly, I needed to hit him with a larger projectile. Let me show you. Let me show you. Wow, he just ignored that shit. I don't remember them being this tough. God damn it, dude.
The valley is turning into a war zone. Cults taking food, goods, equipment, whatever.
There we go. Jesus Christ.
Even people. John Seed is forcing them out of their homes and making.
I hate it when NPCs do that, where they'll run. The first thing they fucking do when you start shooting at an enemy is that they run in front of the enemy. God, it's the worst. Whatever. Alright, that guy would have given us a hint, but he decided to take literally the worst possible route to safety after I hit the guy. That guy's very dead. Yeah, he's got an arrow in his eye. That's not... You don't come back from those. There's also hunting in this game, but it's much more de-emphasized than it was in like Far Cry 4. So in Far Cry 3 and 4, you got upgrades to your equipment and your storage by like hunting animals and then getting their pelts. In this game, the only thing pelts are good for is selling for money, and everything, all your upgrades are purchased. So there's no real benefit to that. Like like hunting's just for money. It's just a fundraising activity. There's also fishing in this game, which is also just for money. So there's that's how the whole thing works. Yeah, and that's like a cult truck. You can capture those and loot them for stuff and resistance points. This is an apple orchard, as you can tell from the giant apple fucking sign right there. There's something. Oh yeah, I'm just going to point this out whenever we see it. Just remember remember, these are just random people that were driving through town. Maybe they had a shotgun. They had a shotgun, so maybe they were, like, resisting or something. But this guy has a fucking, like, cross, like, slammed through his chest, and this whole truck was shot through. Like, I just need to remind you, as many times as it's going to fucking take, these people are bad guys. They're doing really shitty things. Like, they're not... the reason I bring this up over and over and over again is that I remember seeing a post, and like I shouldn't let social media posts get the better of me, but they really did with this game. Where someone was like, oh yeah, no, clearly God is favoring Joseph C because he's the one trying to shepherd us trying to shepherd us to safety as like a result of the sinful world or whatever. And I read that whole thing and I'm like, are you goddamn fucking insane? Oh yeah. Get the fuck out. Bonk! Yeah, that's pretty not great. Yeah, just emphasize. They are randomly they are performing an activity called the Reaping where they randomly murder and kidnap people.
Finally, someone I can depend on. Hello, deputy.
Hang on, let me talk to this guy first. So, you see how this guy's got a little icon over his head? That means he can tell us about something. And when you talk to him...
Garden View, word is the cult
saved our sorry ass, didn't you?
Ain't heard from any of the workers since.
Yeah, so that's how the game. It's a really cool system. That's how the game tells you about outposts. So now Garden View is marked on our map. So you don't climb up a mountain. So the way Far Cry 3 and 4 would have worked, so you would have climbed up a tower and then like a whole chunk of the whole region would have been revealed. But instead, what you do is that you find people and you talk to them, and then they tell you about little places where the cult is or people that might need help, and then that marks them on your map.
Resistance is gonna save me.
And this is just a random guy we ran into. This is Merle Haggard, who's actually a guy with a mission.
Thanks for saving the day here, kid.
He's my fellow mullet brother.
Merle Briggs.
Merle Briggs, not Haggard, Briggs, sorry.
The day I eased up on their conniving little schemes. I fucking knew this would happen. Doesn't make a difference now. All I know is we got people to protect. I know how to get back at the cult. But if we're gonna
is it me, or is this mustache a little like lopsided? Like it's more on one side of his face than the other? Or is that just the way his head is? No. No, it's curling a little tighter on one side than it is on the other. That's weird. That's weird.
I'll meet you there and we'll go on a rampage against those asswipes.
Yeah, so, and then he told us about a different cult, which is actually part of a little quest that he's given us. So, I like the way this game's structured, its whole discovery system. I think it's really cool. And I think it's way better than... Oh, yeah, we've got chat. Yeah, so, this is a different thing. But, like, that's how this game does its whole open world system. I think it's way better than what they had going on before, and I really appreciate it. Also this game kind of, you remember how like in Far Cry 3 and 4 the way it worked is that you got XP from doing things, and XP let you level up, and level up's got you perks. Instead, the way it works in this game is a lot weirder. You complete challenges to get perk points, and then that's what gets you perks. And this is what the perk system is in this game. So in Far Cry 3, it was like they were like actual perk tree. They were actually like skill trees where you had 3 different trees that all had like different emphasis. Far Cry 4 was like little skill branches that were all isolated. So you had 2 big like areas like the tiger and the elephant that kind of had like general things, and then like there was like a 4 like thing like branch in each of those that you could kind of go independently. The way it works in this game is that it's more just like a bunch of like a pile of skill leaves, if that makes sense. But like you can just randomly grab any of these as long as you've got like the skill points. But some of them are prerequisites for something else. So what we're gonna do is we only have 2 points right now. I want parachute because that gives you wingsuit. I don't really need airdrop, but I want the parachute and the wingsuit. I want there's a grapple hook somewhere. I do want the grapple hook. Well, we'll get that right now, and the parachute, because those are like really basic movement stuff that I really want. The wingsuit's really useful, as we saw from Far Cry 4. You can just hop off something high and then just go flying. It's less useful in this game than it was in Far Cry 4 because Montana's really flat, especially in like the region that John's in. But there's still times where you can use it pretty well. The grapple hook's really useful because sometimes there's cliffs and such you can climb that gives you like an alternate route up to like an outpost or something. And, yeah, we're also gonna want to grab the health boosts, which are, like, as we've seen in like, Far Cry so far, that, like, more health is just better. You can take more shots. Another thing is that, like, the first aid kits in this game always heal you to full now. Like, you don't need to upgrade your syringes or whatever. It always heals you to full, so more health is literally just, like, you'll always heal back to full, so it's just better. You don't need to upgrade anything else. What else? There's another thing. Oh, okay, so we're gonna need this one, which is melee weapons are better. That's because melee weapons have durability in this game, they can break. We're gonna want close combat mastery. We're gonna want takedown mastery because that allows for like the special takedowns. Like melee throw and sidearm and the chain combos are still in this game. They're a little finicky, but they're still in this game. What else? There's something I really want to get, and I need to find it. Rifle, 50 cal. Third weapon for... Yeah, you need to unlock the additional holsters for your weapon wheel, too. And this is all... this is all leader perks that basically make your special companions better. There's one I'm trying to look for. That's bows and slingshots. Ghost. Saboteur. Rifle mastery, no. Weapons pro. There's one specific ability that lets you carry more melee weapons. I really want that. Is this it? No, it's not that one. Safety lockpick, throw back, make less noise. Trust me, there's something in here. Carry more items? No. Whatever, I'll find it later. There's an ability. So right now I can carry up to 3 melee weapons, right? There's a perk you can pick up that lets you carry up to 9. Like you could stack up to 9 of each melee weapon you've got, which means I could carry and throw 9 shovels. Which is what I really want. That's power. That's pure power. That's what I want. That'll let me kill anything. The trouble over here, I think. Got a little...
If you find yourself running low on funds, the best way to make a quick buck is to go hunting. There's a lot of folks out there who'll pay good money for meat and skins.
Please move, dude. You're covering this guy on accident. This man's just standing there. Alright, what do you got to say for me, buddy?
I heard there's some guy out by the lookout tower asking people if they've got what it takes to be a real American hero.
What?
I sure as shit don't. Maybe you do.
Willis Huntley. Oh god, it's CIA, man. He's still here. Actually, yeah, let's go to the pumpkin farm first. We've got Garden View packing facility. Let's go to the pumpkin farm first. The best character in the game's over there. Grab a car. Luckily, the compass little radar thing lets you know where there's nearby vehicles. Is that a helicopter? Hang on. The helicopter's not armed, right? I don't think that'll be the best choice. They expanded the repertoire of like melee. What the fuck is going on up there? Hang on. One thing that's a little annoying is that every time you save a civilian in this game, it's additional resistance points. So the more like hints you pick up about stuff, this. That one hit. But the more hints you pick up, yeah, that's more resistance points, which will bring me closer. Every time you hit one of those segments, we're gonna have a forced mission, I think.
She won't pick up. I'm worried about what's happened. She loves Boomer like he's her kid. I've seen more than enough!
That's... okay, we already knew about that, never mind. That was a waste. Where are we going? We're going over there. Okay. Let's get a car and get going. There's still plenty of Peggies around here, which is kind of surprising. Are you just taking this helicopter? All right, whatever. I wasn't gonna use it anyway. Fucking, I guess she really wanted to leave. Take this Colt branded pickup truck, I guess. I wonder how many people who like buy trucks actually use them for truck stuff. Because like I feel like I see a lot of trucks on the road, but I feel like I don't see a lot of them carrying anything, you know? Because like the reason pickup trucks are the way they are is because they're intended for carrying like large loads of things in like the flatbed, right? Oops. Alright, it's just really slippery on these roads, you know? You never know when someone's gonna come by and get you. That's a guy with a flamethrower. Hang on, there's only one way to take care of a man like that. Is this thing gonna explode? Hang on. Yeah, I guess so. So much for that. It's a little annoying that literally any amount of fire in the Far Cry series will instantly kill a car. It's very few people that have any sort of modern pickup that's the size of God. Yeah, but I can't imagine, like, I feel like I see way too many of those trucks that just don't have anything in the back. Like, it's like, what are you using that for, dude? It's a waste of fuel. I mean, sure, buy and drive whatever you want, but it just seems like, aren't those things really expensive, you know? Like, to maintain compared to, like, a smaller car? Like, if you just own a big truck for your... very few people use them for truck stuff, that is my bad. Ah, yeah. No, it's, yeah, I figured. If I can headshot this guy. Ooh, okay. You guys are silly. Just you do not react well to stuff. All right, Boomer. Man's best friend. Pet Boomer. Yes, I will perform that objective the second the game allows me to. Come on. No. Where's the prompt? Where's the prompt? Let me do it. Okay, there we go. Got it. This is an incredible dog. I love this dog. You can pet any friendly animal in this game, and it's a fantastic feature. It's the best part. Yeah, specialists are guns for hire or fangs for hire, available after completing their missions. They are more powerful and have their abilities available at the start. Each specialist can be upgraded through the perks menu to decrease their cooldown. So yeah, cooldown is if your boy dies, they basically get put on a cooldown. They are set to recover. And during that time, they have to like recover, during which they will not be available.
But I'm glad to hear you rescued old Boomer. Let me tell you, that dog, he'll sniff out trouble and watch your back better than you can believe.
This is the gameplay we asked for. This is what I demand. I'm telling you, like, if it wasn't for the story, I think Far Cry 5 would just be amazing. I'd love this game, but yeah, I just find the story really obnoxious. Obnoxious and like a good example of like a failed, just a potential not realized. One big issue with this game, though, is that your animals can't ride cars with you. They added that in Far Cry New Dawn, but unfortunately, Far Cry New Dawn's a bad game, so I can't really give it credit for that. Alright, and right next door is an outpost. I already knew about outposts. Thank you, video game. I appreciate your concern. Oh, another thing. There's no XP in this game, so instead of it being... So being undetected or having no alarms doesn't give you an XP boost. It gives you a money reward. So you get like a little bonus that just says, oh yeah, congratulations, you did it without being detected. That's like really hard. Here's like 500 bucks. Which I guess is something, but it's a lot less fabulous. A lot less fabulous than it was in previous games. Alright, go nuts, partner. Can I hit this guy from here? Ooh! What about this guy? Oh! Man, I'm getting good at this. I'm out of arrows though, so I need to go in.
I got you.
Bonk. The music in this game is really good, by the way. Like, the combat music and the hymns that they made for this game are really, really fucking good. So, if you're interested in the soundtrack, I highly encourage listening to it. There's two combat tracks that are really good. Like, I think it's like Our Country Made a Promise and The Blessing Takes Minutes or something like that. But the one we heard just now, it ended too fast because I'm simply too good at this game. But it goes like da 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 dun 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 dun, and I love it.
Someone out there is not playing by the rules. Someone is taking from us. Stealing. They are a murderer and a coward. But God sees them. And God will guide us to them. They will be found, and they will be punished.
Looks like a good dog.
This is the will of the Father.
Am I being hunted?
Nice work getting rid of those cultists.
No.
Might be you could help me with something else.
Yeah, there's little side missions in this game. They're kind of bad. So I don't think I'm going to be doing too many of them. I just want to do the main missions, to be honest.
For everyone. Thanks for getting some Navarre's back, Deputy. We owe you one this time.
Yeah, we got an apple orchard now, which is cool. We got food. It's excellent.
Cults own the rail yard for as long as I can remember. I don't know what they were doing with all that metal before, but now I hear they're making cages and all kinds of shit. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah. Copperhead Rail Yard. Now that's America, a rail yard. Okay, yeah, so you might notice that the outposts that I'm revealing are like really far apart. There's actually not that many outposts in this game. There's like five or six per region, I think, which means there's like 15 total, 15 to 18. I don't think there's more than 20, which I think kind of sucks because there's like 20 plus in the previous games, and I thought outposts were like really good. So I think it's a shame that they're not too numerous in this game. I know, Far Cry 6, they kind of moved on from, like, outposts. They still have, obviously, like, static locations where the... They still have static locations where the, like, you can fight dudes, and then you're supposed to take them over, but that's not so much, that's not as important. It's not the same, like, and they aren't strictly called outposts, so it's a little different. I don't know, Far Cry 6 has a lot of stuff going on that I didn't like. Anywho, you can sell maps in this game. I think you could still. I think you could just. I think you've already revealed everything, and you still have you still have access to the map, so it's fine to sell everything. Yeah. By the way, this is what the shop interface is. I hate it. I actually really dislike the way that, because it looks kind of like a mobile screen, doesn't it? I don't like I don't like shop interfaces that are like this, but Ubisoft really fell in love with them at some point, so they're all like this. like after a certain point with all of their games. It bothers me a little bit, but whatever. Yeah, so this is the shop screen. This is I'm gonna lay it out for you guys, like all the weaponry we're gonna be using. So for the start, what I need to do like pretty soon is I need to unlock like all the holsters so that I can use all the weapons that I want. We're definitely gonna get a 44 Magnum, which we can get right away in this game because this is America, and that'll be our main like sidearm. This game is actually so American that there are 3 different 44 Magnums that are indistinguishable in stats. That literally the only difference is the long one has a bit more like range and less handling. But like all the other ones, the Sixer, the Cannon, the really long one, all the same. Same fucking gun. They're just presented as if they're different. But yeah, there's a bunch of other guns in this game. For some reason, there's a bunch of World War II era ones. There's a couple Lugers. There's an artillery Luger, which I think is what this is. There's like a couple 1911s, because of course there's a P226, which is like a European gun. And then there's a D2. We're gonna grab this at some point because that's kind of fun. But our main sidearm's going to be a 44. Our main shotgun, once we unlock it, is going to be the SB, the side-by-side. But we need to get 4 levels of resistance, which means we need to finish one region and get like a third of the way through a second one. So we're going to, once we get the money for it, before we get the SBS, we're going to get the 1887. The 1887's good, it's strong, but it reloads really slow, so I don't prefer it. I actually like the side-by-side a lot, because you reload that thing, like, really, really quick. So we'll be using this as our main shotgun until we get the side-by-side. As for rifles, we're going to be using the 4570. The 4570 is actually not that great, damage-wise, because, like, at some point, enemies, like, there's like 2 tiers of enemies in this game. I know I'm doing a lot of explaining really fast, but just trust me. Basically, the way it works is, in Far Cry 3 and 4, the way it was is that you had one region where the enemies were basic, and then you had another region where they're a little tougher. So in Far Cry 3, it was the 2 islands. In Far Cry 4, it was the 2 regions, like South and North. Far Cry 5, since it's more open and there's less like restriction, the way they did it is that once you get like to a certain resistance level in each region, they stop throwing regular cult members at you and they start throwing the Chosen at you, which are tougher and wear big leather coats. So they're scarier, and as a result, they're just tougher. So the 4570 can kill most like normal dudes in one shot, but the Chosen, it takes like 2 shots. So that's not too fun. But other than that, the gun's pretty good. We could spend platinum or silver bars, I guess is what this is. I don't know where I got 244 from. I think you just start with that. But I don't think we're going to do that for right now. These are all prestige weapons. You can basically, if you save up the money for them, you can get a gun before you actually unlock it, which I think is a really silly concept. But it might get us... I don't know, we could just save up a lot of money and then just, like, get these early if we wanted to. That's also an option. But yeah, so our main primary weapons are going to be a lever action, a cowboy shotgun, and then after that we're going to go for a bow. We already have a compound bow, so that's already figured out. We'll get a recurve one later, which I don't think is that... Oh, it shoots faster, okay. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why is the recurve better? I don't understand. Anyway, we'll be using the bow as like our main like utility weapon, so we'll use it to set things on fire and blow things up. And we're also gonna get a cool fishing rod. Ooh. Yeah, but fishing rods are useful for just making money. How you doing, Boomer? That was a lot of talking I just did. Are you bored? Come on, get up here, buddy. That's a good dog. I like dogs. I respect something that just doesn't give a shit and just like unequivocally shows affection for whatever it feels compelled to. I think that's powerful.
I got some big pests to take care of.
Hey. Oh yeah, now we're cruising. This is the America. This is what I wanted the second we entered America, rural America at least. I'm gonna need to run a man over with this. I've ever told you, there's a story once, in Battlefield 5, one time I ran a man over with, I like ramped a tractor off of a rock and like ran a man over with it, and I think that was like the most powerful I've ever felt in a multiplayer like FPS game. I felt like some sort of like agriculture murder god. Hey there, buddy. That's some nice gas you got there. Did that blow him up? Yep, it did. I probably shouldn't have done that. That's 75 resistance points. That means I'm gonna the next part of the gauge is coming closer. Oh, hang on, let me get this guy. So this guy, there's an enemy up ahead that's like unique. I don't understand. Whatever. But the way this works, that's a hunter. Those are the guys that usually in Jacob's reason at least they have bows. There we go. Where'd that shovel go? I have no idea. What the hell is happening, dude? Boomer! What the fuck was that? Oh, they have a mortar. Okay, my dog got fucking obliterated. Up you come, buddy. Yeah, that'll fix him. Yeah, your dog gets exploded by a fucking mortar emplacement. Yeah, just pat him on the back. He'll be fine. You see him go flying? Holy shit. Wow, how am I this bad? There we go. That's how you take care of a dog. But anyway, like I said, this game still has that issue that Far Cry 4 did, where the game just refuses to allow you to sit still for a little bit, which can get really annoying. Swingers? Boomer! Oh, he ran afoul of a cougar, I see. Why is this cat so tough? Shooting 44 at it, that's nothing to sneeze at. Alright, dog, come on. Yeah, that cat was pretty mean. Let's get you up, buddy. Am I about to get attacked again? Come on. Hey, this is one thing I get nervous about, because sometimes I'll hop out of the car and then try to do something, and then because the game keeps throwing shit at me, it'll just pile up into a big fuckfest, and then I'll be stuck forever until I die. Yeah, you see, I'm already getting detected by another enemy that's coming by, just randomly. Just leave me alone, dude. Yeah, the game constantly spawns enemies and like sends them at you, which can get really annoying when you're traveling to an objective. Like you just don't get an opportunity to like breathe. Alright, what do you got for me, buddy?
Thanks. I seen cultists loading up their trucks with barrels from the fertilizer plant. I don't know if they're making bombs or making drugs, and I don't care. We just gotta stop them.
You make drugs with fertilizer? I had no idea. Out of the road, buddy. Got tracked in to do. Wow, that guy took that like a champion. Get out of here. Just casually got bumped by an entire fucking tractor and just kind of laid over and took it. You know what? I'm good. I don't want to. Do I really? This keeps happening. They keep like throwing shit at me. I'm like, I want to stop and like take care of this. Is that not a headshot? There we go. And I'm like, I don't want to, I don't want to like stop and like delay too long. Oh, Boomer's got him. Boomer's got him. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, excuse me? I'm watching my dog do something that I'm very proud of. Fucking, fuck off. Oh, never mind. Hang on. What the fuck? What happened? I died! Okay, yeah, okay, whatever. Fucking whatever. I don't know what the hell happened there. I didn't see any explosives, I didn't see any cars on fire, but I randomly just shot and I guess my tractor exploded. Like I said, if you let yourself get distracted, you just don't accomplish anything in this game because like there's so much shit that comes at you progressively as you try to go from point A to point B. It just gets impossible to get anywhere. It's like really bad in this game compared to the previous ones too. Like I don't know if they did some like I don't know if they did like some math or something and then just went okay, so we need to distract the player this many times in this span of like this time span in order to get them to like not in order to make sure they don't get bored at any point. Like if they did some like statistical analysis or something like that, but like I'm gonna be honest, I don't fucking care. It's annoying. Like it'll happen all the time where if you just step out of a car and like fire your gun in the air once, like you'll like 4 different units of cult members will like drive up to you. You'll have to deal with like a plane. There's like a cougar will come and attack you at some point. You're wounded. There we go. Yeah, so if you loot animals, you get skins and you get bait, and if you throw bait out, I think it just summons an animal from the east. Yeah, like I said, like cougars will just spawn wherever the fuck. There we go. Got a perk point. How many do we have? 3. Let's get we'll save up on that. I want to get a health increase because I notice I'm dying a lot, and I don't like that. It's generally not a recommended activity by my doctor. One thing Boomer does is that he automatically highlights enemies in the area. Which makes up for the fact that sometimes he gets spotted. Yeah, keep your rifle by your side is a funny little story, because it's because it's like a, what is it? It's supposed to be about like the sort of like indoctrination that these sort of organizations create, and how you can be like it creates like militant. It creates like this sort of like militant sort of behavior. And it was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be like highlighting like maybe the dangers of that. But the problem was that the song's just the song's just too good. So as a result, it's kind of hard for it to it kind of didn't really accomplish that, because instead the kind of people that I think it was trying to warn about, the people who like stockpile guns and like kind of like them a little bit too much. Don't fucking do that to my dog. They instead took it on as kind of like an anthem, so, you know, kind of backfired. Where's this last guy? Boomer have him? Does Boomer have him? Nope. I think you have to like weaken a guy for Boomer to do like the full takedown on him. He's a scouting character, not a killing character. We'll get a killing animal a little bit later, and oh god, does that animal kill people? one thing I find funny about this game is that the machine guns are like, they're like Browning M2s or something like that. They're like these big honking 50 caliber machine guns. But I think it's very impressive. This isn't going to be a very stealthy game walkthrough, I think. Especially since all the incentives to go through undetected are kind of gone.
It's been a tug-of-war for land and gear ever since.
Wonder where the Peggy sent all the scrap. You kept his...
I really wonder how many Americans actually worked on this game, because like there's definitely a strong American aesthetic for the whole thing, but it what is it? Ubisoft's a French company, so I'm not sure how, like, much European influence there was. Not that that's, like, a wholly bad thing, but it's just interesting. I feel like a lot of the times whenever I've seen a game being made that has like a really strong like Western American or American like aesthetic, it's always made by like a European country. Like Hunt Showdown is made by my German company, that's Crytek. Call of Juarez is made by a Polish company, I think. This game, I know the publisher's French. I don't know about the developer. Hang on, let me check that. Let's see. Far Cry 5. Oh fuck! It was developed by Ubisoft Montreal and Toronto. It was developed by the Canadians. I should have known. No wonder they thought it would be funny to parody America. God damn it. Should have known. Should have known. Should have known. Bet half of these voice actors are Canadian too. God damn it. They always catch me off guard. So it's just like, oh yeah, no, this is very American. Like this person, they sound very American. Like I can't detect anything weird in their accent. And no, they're from fucking Canada. I should have fucking. The North Americans strike again. I can't believe it. I don't have any ill will towards Canadians. I just find it funny how like they're just. I'm always surprised whenever I hear someone or something is Canadian. It happens a lot too, because a lot of the content creators I watch on like YouTube and such like surprised me by informing me that they were Canadian. Like a good amount of VTubers, Jeff Thule, the guy who does the guy who runs Mother's Basement, which is that like anime analysis channel. I usually only watch his stuff to listen to him complain about anime because it validates my opinion not to watch it very much. But he's definitely a guy that like I'll just assume someone's American, I guess, because that's just my default whenever I'm on the internet, and then like I'll hear that they're from like Toronto or Montreal or fucking Vancouver, and then I'll hear that and I'll be like, wait, this person's Canadian. Oh shit! I just didn't think that would be it. I just never really thought about it. Because like the difference between the general like the Southern Canadian accent and like the generic American accent, or the family of very slightly different accents we call the American accent, they're not that different. But all things considered, it's like I don't know. I guess it makes sense. Just because like the reason what the fuck? That's a whole ass moose. The reason why American accents are the way they are is because apparently like one thing that creates accents is time, time and culture, and like so like if a community is isolated or like marginalized, or if a community has just existed long enough, they'll develop their own accent. And a lot of places in America, like people have not been, in most places in America, people have not been speaking English there for long enough for them to develop a very, like, an extremely unique accent. So that might change over time. We might see more like people in like certain communities in America might like have better like they might have more like they might develop more weird like linguistic traits or properties. Actually, there's one thing I want to do. There's a town called Falls End. I want to go there first because there's Falls End is a little town you can liberate, and I kind of want to do that because in what is it? If you do a certain amount of resistance stuff, like you build up the resistance gauge enough, Falls End will liberate itself, which it's a neat idea, but I want to liberate the city, so I'm gonna go do it. That's a bear. That's a bear. That's a bear. I'm not getting near that shit. Bears are fucking crazy. I don't touch them. Anyway, oh wait, that's a real ass song. Hold on. Wait, what's the button for turning the thing off? Keyboard and mouse. R. Turn radio off. Left bracket. Okay, we're safe. I heard lyrics that I recognized from like being in like a movie or something, and I was like, no, not like this. Anywho, what is it? Accents in America are like will differentiate from each other a bit more. But for right now, the vast majority of America has like a relatively flat, like not particularly weird accent. But like that's why if you go on the East Coast, the accents there are a lot more distinct than as you like progress westwards. I remember watching a video where a bunch of people were talking about like the accents from like their home states, and I remember one woman was just like, "Yeah, I don't think us Merlanders have like a very unique accent," and I was like, "Merlanders." Fucking crazy. But yeah, East Coast, so like Boston, New England, those sorts of places. They have accents for sure. Okay, so Falls End's got a whole bevy of dudes. I've got 12 arrows, so we're gonna make an attempt. We're gonna make a nice little attempt to do this. A little bit quiet. At least try to take out who we can before shit pops off. Alright. Hey, buddy. You like baseball? Ooh. Oh, no. Alright, well, they're gonna find that body. Oh, well, I think they just took out a hostage. Alright, come on, yeah, come towards me. That'll make this easier. Air support? Oh yeah, you think this is funny? You think it's funny, buddy? Let's see here. That shit's probably made out of fucking plywood. Get the hell out of here. That's what I fucking thought. Wait, no, I did not want to. Just hop off. Just hop off. There we go. Yeah, that guy over there. I think he's an important character, which is why his bar for help, like his bar for like needing to be revived, isn't going down. So we're good. We're good. We're fine. Got a mullet brother over here, mythically powerful. The haircut gives him strength. The party in the back, it's undoing me. There he goes. There we go. The drug haze that the VIPs have going over them, it's no match for the 44 Magnum to the forehead. Alright, we have liberated the town. Yeah, so all the characters that were getting like interviewed in the introduction, they're from Falls End. So that's the preacher with the bulletproof vest. These are the guys that run. These are the people that run the bar, including the woman that was talking earlier. Spread Eagle, the Spread Eagle bar. Yep, we're very American down here in Falls End.
He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. For I know the plans that I have made for you, declared the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. I don't claim to know God's plans, but I know a good thing when I see it. Getting quite a reputation, Deputy. You're the first good thing to happen to this valley in a long time.
A little help.
Are you trying to break your neck?
Seemed like a good idea at the time. Thanks.
So the deputy, as you can see, the deputy doesn't talk like at all. They do things, so they're not like a total fucking mannequin. But all you can really infer from their behavior is that they just like helping people, and they just go around and fight the cult and help who they can. That's it. That's literally it.
I didn't have a hidden stash. Learn from the best.
This town, it's been through a lot, Deputy. We owe you thanks, but
I know you're looking for your people. But the truth is, you ain't the only one in need of help. The pastor and I can only do so much.
you could see about lending a hand. Be sure to return the favor. What do you say?
I'm down. Let's do it. I was gonna do it anyway. Ooh!
Ooh. Barry will get you squared away. When you get the chance, come by the church. I'll be there.
Yeah, so every region in Far Cry 5 kind of has a little... Oh yeah, so we've leveled up. Means get it, block the roads, and are trying to suppress the growing... Oh yeah, I think something's about to happen that I'm gonna be able to complain about, which will be exciting. So yeah, as the gauge fills up, so as you can see, that mission we just did was 900 resistance points. That was like a fifth of the bar. So missions fill up such a humongous chunk of the gauge that you kind of have to get on them when you get the opportunity to. Anyway, the thing about what is it? The thing about this game is that there's like a little area where you can pick up, like, there's a couple of characters that will give you missions that are very relevant. So we've got Mary May Fairgrave, who's the fantastic name, who's the one in charge of the bar, and then we've got Pastor Jerome Jeffries, who they're in charge of Falls End. So that's the area that's the little town that you can pick up missions from in John's region. We've also got characters we can pick up as specialists. We've got Nick Rye here, who flies a plane, so you can get air support. And then we've got Grace Campbell, I think her name is. She is a sniper, and she snipes. That's what her job is. So yeah, so that's John's region. Up in Jacob's region, there's Jess Black, who's super edgy. She uses a bow. She's useful for stealth, but also when things go loud, she can also shoot like incendiary arrows at like helicopters and stuff. There's Hank Drubman, Herc Drubman, sorry. He's stuck at his dad's place, Fort Drubman, and he has like he has a rocket launcher that he's very irresponsible with. And then you've got the Fang Center, which has Cheeseburger. You know how I mentioned that there's an animal that kills the shit out of things? That's Cheeseburger. He's a bear. You can get a bear. I love it. It's my favorite thing. And the little base of operations up here. There's like a bunker up here somewhere where the Whitetail Militia kind of holes up, and that's where they do all of their operations from. Down here in Face Region, the Henbane River, there's Sharky Boshaw, who's a guy with a flamethrower. There's Peaches Taxidermy. Peaches is a cougar, or like a mountain lion that is like a stealth murder cat. Very useful for takedowns. And then you've got Adelaide Drubman, who also does air support, except she flies a helicopter. So there's 3 specialists and like 1 base of operations that gives you missions, and then there's like 5-ish cult like outposts. So that's kind of how the whole game is set up. I don't think I'm gonna be doing too many side missions. I consider these main missions, the ones with the little American like quadrifold flag here. I'll be doing these. And I'll be getting all the specialists, and I'll be doing all the outposts, but I don't think I'm going to be doing too many of the side missions, because a lot of them really aren't... I might do Willis's stuff just because he's a recurring character, but for the rest, like, a lot of them are really just kind of nothing side missions, and a lot of them are also just kind of there for, like, a joke, and I think this game's humor is really hit or miss a lot of the times. I think the descriptions for some of the stuff in the inventory are fun. Like, if you look at, do we have any skins? Maybe not. There's, if you look at the descriptions for pelts and fish, some of them are kind of funny, but, like, a lot of the times the humor in this game is very hit or miss, and sometimes, and when it's a miss, it's really lame. But, yeah, that's just kind of how the whole game's set up. We'll get to, like, more of the meat of the game, next time, I think. For right now... I've only got $1,000. I can't really buy anything new. But for right now, I think I'm going to be... Oh, I can unlock the 4570 if I get another, like, $1,000. Yeah, but for right now, I think this is going to be it. We've kind of gotten our start with the game. We'll pick it up next weekend. But, yeah, this is going to be our Far Cry for right now. And, it'll probably take a little while to finish. I think this game's actually longer than Far Cry 4. Like, it's a little bit longer, so it'll last us a while. But anyway, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed Far Cry 5 so far. We'll have a lot more to talk about next time. But, yeah, I've said everything I need to say. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your week. And I will probably see you all again Thursday, maybe. I'll put up a schedule this afternoon so that you guys kind of know what's up. That'll be on the Twitter, which the link is below. And yeah. With that said, I will see you then. Hope to see you next time, and goodbye.